Ladies and gentlemen, could someone please point out the right direction to me, because I'm confused. Would a step in the right direction be to my right or your right? Because my right is your left, and your right is my left. So, which is right? Who is right? What is right? Well, according to the dictionary, the word right has many different definitions and meanings, the most common ones being that which is just, proper, fitting, legal, and good. Your right, Eleanor Roosevelt said, is not something somebody gives you. It's something nobody can take away. So really, the word right is an abstract with no definite meaning. And the word right, meaning concise, proper, and exact, is in fact unclear, unformed, and indefinite. It's a deception. If then the right direction is a matter of thought and opinion, whose thought and whose opinion has shaped the right direction as we see it today? Philosophers, kings, politicians, scientists. But wait, what was right in the past isn't always right in the future or the present, is it? I mean, it was once the divine right of a king to divorce and behead his wives simply because they wouldn't bear him any male heirs. It was right to torture and persecute someone if they didn't share your beliefs. War was righteous and glorious, and to die for one's country the right thing to do. Poverty and submission to the superior gender and the superior race was right, even in the face of gross injustice and wrongdoings. Ironic? But today, ladies and gentlemen, we live in an age of recognition, the recognition of new rights. Now, the today I speak of didn't start at 0 hours this morning. It rose slowly and sluggishly in the revolutions of Napoleon and the theories of Karl Marx. The right of the king became the right of the people, and not long after, the world realized that war was not the right way to go, nor the right place to be. War wasn't right because it was immoral, and death and destruction at the hands of war unjustified. You may say that it was peace and not war that they fought for and killed for, but, ladies and gentlemen, does the end really justify the means? Mahatma Gandhi once said, "I believe in peace, but I do not want peace at a price." Would it be then that I will never really have true peace? And that is right. Mahatma Gandhi fought for the rights of an oppressed people, as did Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King, Eddie Mabo, and Leonard Woolf. These are men that fought the war against racism, a different war, a war of words and intellect. Leonard Woolf stands out because he didn't fight for the rights of his own people or his own rights. He fought for the rights of a foreign country and a foreign people. Perhaps that is the right direction then, fighting for another's rights. But that brings another question to mind. Can I know the right direction of another without really knowing my own? Can I tell you what is right when I cannot explain it to myself? Ladies and gentlemen, Leonard Woolf was a good man. He was a just man, but his justice wasn't always right for the people he served. Now, when he first arrived in Sri Lanka, or as it was then known under British colonial rule, Ceylon, Woolf wielded his power as an imperialist, telling the Ceylonese how to run their country. And he thought he was being a valuable service to the people. He thought he was doing the right thing. But then later, he started to question these very so-called rights of the imperialist, and abandoning them, he started to fight for the rights of the people he had once ruled over. Steps into completely different directions, and yet both apparently in the right direction. Leonard Woolf, however, falls in the shadow of a great battle waged by his quite famous wife, Virginia Woolf, which is quite ironic because Virginia Woolf fought against the shadow that women were being forced to live in by men. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, at yet another important step the world has taken in the right direction: women's rights. And perhaps I should be grateful that I can stand here on my own, in public, and voice my opinion, because surely a little more than a century ago, that was not right. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, if today is a step in the right direction, does that mean that yesterday the world was all wrong? Is the right path, as the word might suggest, a straight path, or is it twisted and bent with realization? If it is, was it ever right in the first place? It seems, ladies and gentlemen, that we only realize that what we thought of as a step in the right direction is in fact wrong once we have taken our next step in the right direction. The abstract of right is ever changing, and as a Greek philosopher once said, nothing endures but change. If you cannot always be right, then it isn't because what is right changes on its own. It's because you change, and what is right changes with you. This is my right, but with every angle I move in, and every different direction I face, my right direction changes. If I asked you to point me out in the right direction now, what would you say? My right is still the opposite of your right, but neither of us is wrong, right? The Lord Buddha once said, doubt everything, find your own light. Ladies and gentlemen, we each walk in our own paths, and we each step in our own right directions. What matters is that when you take that step, you know it is right, because that means you are innocent of stepping in the wrong direction. Any step, just as long as you know it isn't wrong, that is a step in the right direction. Thank you.